I'm the Deputy Head of Unit in DG INTPA, that means International Partnership, which is the former DG DEFCO, dealing with development cooperation. And I'm responsible for Central Asia, Middle East, Afghanistan, and relation with Gulf donors.
And so you're working on, for example, job creation?
I'm working for job creation, yes, in the regions and countries where we have a responsibility. So we implement our cooperation budget in support to those countries, yes.
Yeah. We are here at the Ignite conference. We are talking about reimagining jobs and job creation. What comes to mind first when I say reimagining jobs?
But reimagining jobs, it means a new type of jobs that meet the needs and the challenge of the new generation, which can be very different from the past in the way in which is thought and organized. And this is actually one of the top priority for the European Commission, job creation in partner countries. And it's probably one of the key priorities that we have in most of our cooperation strategies all around the world.
And how do you do that? How do you try to create jobs?
Well, I mean, there are, of course, different ways, and I'm not the expert on this subject. We have colleagues much more, thematic colleagues much more into these things. But I would say one of the important way that has been initiated by the Commission in the last 5-10 years was to try to match a bit more the real economy with the development cooperation, the old way of doing development cooperation with grant, with investment, in order to be able to support more directly the private companies and the business environment. So this is definitely one of the important ways where that we try to support.
Yeah, so more partnerships have to be created.
Yes, absolutely, very much. Partnership, and that's why we are called DG INTPA, so International Partnership, because it's partnership with the government, with the private sector, and with the people all around the world, and partnership of equal. So trying really to bring the best from the EU to these countries and to these people, and having a partnership at the same level, exchanging experience, knowledge, and of course providing also financial resources when these are needed.
What are your expectations for the EU strategic partnership with the Gulf? What countries will be joining this initiative? Well,
expectation, of course, I mean, we are all, the reason why we launched that is because we have huge expectation, or let's say at least a positive expectation. Is a partnership that existed already, but we believe that there is a huge potential to work much more on many different sectors, including cooperation, development cooperation. So the expectation is to progressively work more and more in different countries, trying to synergize more what we do. I think both the EU and the Gulf are important players and donors in many partner countries. So the expectation is really to try to leverage each other in a way that is beneficial for our partners. And there are many ways of doing that. So that is definitely the goal.
What countries will be joining this initiative?
I mean, it's not. I mean, it's addressing all our partners countries. So it's not a framework where you have one country in or out. We are expecting first to start with those countries where we are already present, both as a donors and development partners. and then to possibly enlarge it where is needed. So I would say it's quite open and flexible. And of course, it interests very much the EU and the Gulf countries as such, but also the third countries abroad, where, at least as far as I'm concerned, is the main focus. So it's development cooperation and support to third parties.
What are the next steps to make it happen?
Yes, I mean, next steps...
To improve, maybe I should say.
Yes, but as I was saying, this is a job that is already started some years ago, and that we have to strengthen and to increase. There is a lot of policy dialogue that is needed because we need now to agree on the policy priorities and on the approach that we want to give, and we have noticed that with several of them we have a very good convergence of approaches and priorities. Second is also to try to concretize it in some countries, to find the right project in the right place that can put us together. We come from two different systems and cultures, so there is also a need to get to know each other better and to build that partnership that is needed to grow in the future.
But how can NGOs like Spark contribute to this new framework? Or to this framework, I should say.
Yes, international NGOs are, of course, very important because when we talk about partnership, it's partnership also with other actors. So there are different categories. Of course, one important for us is financial institution, but another one is also international NGOs. So this type of partnership is not necessarily only between us and Arab donors, but could be involving third parties, and NGOs, international NGOs can definitely play a role.
The economic development and entrepreneurship development in fragile states, how can it be achieved? You just said you can create it with partnerships, but do you have programs especially for youth, women and refugees?
Yes, we have different programs of that type that are trying to create the right environment at the local level for this small entrepreneur to connect and to have also a financial network and system that is supporting them. I think one of the biggest challenges in those specific situations is really to make sure that they can access the finance they need and the expertise also that is needed to develop their business and to get, say, in the right network that sometimes is missing.
And how can we give a solution for that? Is there a solution?
I mean, the solution is to bring the resources that are needed, not only financial, but also the expertise. And of course, there is also a need to build, to have a sustainable and stable environment. I think many of these countries in conflict, they have to stabilize and to have a situation that is more peaceful, that is more conducive also for the development of a private sector and bring all the finance need and so on. So there is a need also in that sense to bring peace and prosperity and resources and knowledge, and it's a bit of it's a recipe. It's an equation where all these components play a role, and that need to be brought together.
You'll be here for a few hours from now. You have to. There's a lot going on here at the conference. What do you expect? What will you bring home?
Well, first, I think I was interested to see that a lot of Arab institutions and Gulf institutions were present. I think that is also very interesting, and the environment is a bit different from other type of conferences. And the second, of course, this has been also a very good occasion for networking and to meet new people never met before, and to listen at their approach, to see where they work and how, and try to bring back some of these elements back to Brussels.
Is it inspiring, this conference, this Ignite conference?
Yes, very much. I think it's very good. It's very good, and also I like the dynamic here, easy to follow, and not too big and not too small.